Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Katarina. I know you can see me through the mirror, so hi. It's a little bit awkward, but it is what it is. Today I am not in front of the camera like I usually am, because we are going to be moving and cleaning and organizing my makeup collection. I'm actually really excited to be doing this. The room where I always film is kind of like my makeup and clothing room. I also do have my computer here. We will need to do some reorganizing in this room because our daughter will be having her own room. So far she has been sleeping in our bedroom and we're not going to change that yet, but we still want to renovate her room. And in the room that she will get, we do have a guest bed. We rarely have guests sleeping upstairs, but the guest bed will need to be moved to this room. We will need to move my vanity across the room. I do have the IKEA Pax wardrobe system and I used to have 2.5 meters of the wardrobe, so it took almost the entire wall. What we did with my husband is that we split the wardrobe to two parts. My husband got 1 meter of it and I do have 1.5 meters. That actually suits me so much better because I felt I have so much empty space in my wardrobe that I just filled in with all kind of crap that is not supposed to be stored in a wardrobe. And now the wardrobe is smaller, I'm able to move my vanity next to the wardrobe, so that's what we are going to be doing today. I thought I want to start by just emptying my makeup collection. I will kind of like show you what I have at the moment. I will probably declutter just a couple of items, but this is not going to be an official declutter. This is all the makeup that I have, like on the top of my vanity and then some in the drawer, so it's not really a lot anymore. I used to have way larger makeup collection and nowadays I really do love almost everything that I have. But I know there's a couple of things that I probably want to let go of and I will explain once I get to those things. But other than that, we are not going to really declutter, but I just want to kind of show you what I have and then empty this so that we can take a deep cleansing. Let's actually start just taking this mirror out. This is the mirror I usually use to do my makeup. The mirror back here is, I believe the brand is called Makeup Mirror. I don't know if they still exist, and when I last looked the mirrors have changed, so I do have kind of like an old version, but the mirror is really nice and for me it's mainly light, and I actually use this mirror when I do my makeup because I want to see my face up close. But yeah, let's take this away. And by the way, the vanity, if you are wondering, is the IKEA mall vanity. So for a long time I was storing my makeup in Alex drawer, but I wanted to have my makeup collection in one drawer vanity because I felt with the Alex drawer that there's so much space that I just had to kind of like fill in. So for me it's better if I have less space to store my makeup. Let's actually start with this palette. This one is from Tarte. They do have really nice quality magnetic palettes. I don't think they have this one available, but I really do like this. At the moment I only do have my Declutter cheek products here, and as you can see I do have a little bit of disaster going on here. So I accidentally dropped this palette and this blush shattered. This is the Essence The Blush in the shade Bespoke. This is one of my favorite blushes for sure. It is a beautiful bronzy blush with kind of like a satin finish to it. Even though it's bronzy, it's not orange at all. I absolutely love this. However, I'm not going to bother repressing this one because this blush only costs 3 euros, max 4 euros, and I can buy it from our local Tokmanni. So I will rather buy a new one than bother repressing this. Then over here I do have my Ofra Rodeo Tribe highlighter. I'm panning it in my 22 in 2022. Another blush from Essence that I am panning. And then there is another blush from Essence. This one I am not panning, but I actually recently did hit pan on this. This palette will need to be cleaned, and this blush is going to be decluttered, but I'm just now going to move this away. Okay, then over here I do have all of my makeup brushes. As you can see, I don't have too much. In this glass mug I do have my face makeup brushes, and for the most part I only do have one per category, except for highlighter I do have these two. And then I do have here a fan. Then I do have some brushes stored away, I will show that later, but I'm actually not sure if I even have any face brushes there. And then over here I do have my eyeshadow brushes, a brow brush. I do have a little bit more here, but still not too much. For example, blending brushes. I do have a couple that are a little bit larger, then I do have a couple that are more precise. I have actually been going back and forth if I even want to store my makeup brushes on top of my vanity or not. I do have one makeup bag that is perfect for storing brushes because it has two sides, so one could store face brushes and one could store eye brushes. However, for me it's way more effort to always take the makeup bag from the vanity drawer, then open it, then look for the brush that I need from there. It is way more convenient just to, you know, pick my brush from here because I can see all of them. Yes, it may look like a little bit of clutter, but for practical reasons I do like to store them on top of my vanity. Alright, then this is something that I actually do want to change when we are going to do the organizing. This container stores at the moment all of my complexion products, and I don't want to store my complexion products on top of my vanity anymore because I think it can look like it's quite a bit of clutter, and it's not something that I need to see it to get inspired. What I will do later is that I will put all of this to the vanity drawer, and from the vanity drawer I want to move my cheek products here. I'm not sure how I'm able to fit all of them here, but at least I do want to give it a go. At least I know I don't want to store my complexion products on top of my vanity. The reason I originally started storing them like this is that I used those Catrice dropper foundations and I liked storing those standing, but with the products I do have right now, it doesn't matter if it lays on the drawer or if it stands here. Oh, actually, this one, my makeup sponge, as you can see, it's not the best anymore. It has been months since I have changed mine, so this is maybe something that I will need to change, so this is going to be decluttered. Okay, so over here I do have my eyeshadow palettes. They're actually all here right now, except magnetic palettes with singles, which I actually only have one of those nowadays. For a while I wanted to store all of my eyeshadow palettes in this container on top of my vanity because I thought I would use them more if I stored them like this. But I actually learned that is not the case at all because I'm still focusing on the products that I am panning. Next year I'm thinking of taking a break from pan that palette and doing pan those eyeshadows instead to get some more rotation out of my collection. Usually I do store the Tarte palette also here, and when I put it here, this is so full that it's annoying. So what I actually want to do is that some of the palettes that I'm not using put away to the vanity drawer, and over here have only the palettes that I am using at the moment, either because I am panning it or because it's seasonally appropriate or whatever. Okay, so over here I do have like makeup bags that I take with me. I actually don't use this large one really anymore. I don't feel I need to take a makeup bag this large with me to school, to work. So this is actually better size for me. These are these weird lip masks. This one I have gotten for a gift, and I think it has been 3 years. I might have gotten this when we lived in our old apartment. It has been almost 3 years since we moved away, so I am sure these are not good anymore. So unfortunately I will need to declutter these. I kind of do like the container, So what I think I will do is that I will like declutter the inside from here. These are these weird silicone masks that you put on your lips and they do nothing but smell like rose. But yeah, I'm going to throw them away, but I'm going to store this container for something else because I do think it's kind of cute. Okay, then over here I do have all of my lip products except lip care on top of this little container. For a while I wanted to store all of my lip products like this, but now I feel this is too full and too much clutter, and my lip product collection is not really that big. Including my lipsticks, liquid lipsticks and lip glosses, I do have 24, and I wouldn't mind adding a couple of more. I think 30 is like the maximum. I don't want to have over 30 lip products, but you know, I wouldn't mind adding a couple of more, and here I cannot add anything at all anymore, and it's just so full. It's difficult to clean, it looks cluttered. So what I want to do is that I want to take the upper drawer from here and put there something from the top of this container. I do want to have one of these drawers for smaller eyeshadow products. So in this drawer I do have my loose eyeshadows and my random eye products. So I do have here my eyeliners, mascara, and I do have here my eyeshadow primers and my brow pencil. Now in this little drawer there is a couple of things that I do want to declutter because let me show them to you. So this is the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Eyeliner. This I want to declutter because it's old. It's over 2 years old, and this one is a repurchased one. I used to have one, and after 2 years it went bad and it irritated my eyes if I used it. So I do not want to, you know, try if I get eye irritation from it. And anyways, it's not a product that I wear really. The only thing that I like to use glitter eyeliner for is to do a cut crease, but I just feel that look is not something that I go often enough to justify purchasing this expensive product to do that. And so far I have not found a glitter liner that works as well as these Urban Decay ones. So while this is a beautiful product, it's too expensive for me to purchase it. And then another thing that I will declutter, but I'm not going to throw it away, I'm going to put it to my memory box, is this one. This is a loose eyeshadow from Geek Chic Cosmetics, and it's called One Ring. So it comes from a collection that was inspired by The Lord of the Rings, and that's why I bought it, because I'm a huge The Lord of the Rings fan. So yeah, I wanted to buy it, but unfortunately this is not a good eyeshadow. This is just like pure glitter. There's not really any base pigment to it. First of all, I think it looks kind of like trashy, if I'm completely honest. I think it's kind of like the combination of the finish, the glitter, and then also the color, because it's this kind of like really yellow gold. So yeah, I don't like how it looks. But another thing is that every single time that I try to wear it, it irritates my eyes because there is some fallout, no matter if I use glitter primer or not. So yeah, this one will need to leave my makeup collection, but it will go to my memory box. I do have there also my empty ABH Model Renaissance palette. So if I do have some makeup that I'm sentimentally really attached to and it will need to be decluttered, it goes there. And then here on the lower drawer I do have some tools, lash curler, the false lashes I'm using, sharpener. I also do have my lip care over here. So this stuff I want to move back to my vanity drawer, as well as the eye products except eyeshadows. Okay, then let's take a look into the vanity drawer. I'm actually not even sure myself what I have here, so I'm curious to see. Okay, over here I do have like a random basket. Oh, I do have some trash there. I do have there like a lip balm thing. I did not know that I have these. These are e.l.f. makeup remover cleansing cloths, and they are all dried. It's really dry, so yeah, this will need to be decluttered. I didn't remember that I have these left because I have decided I will no longer purchase them. They are either way something that I only would use for swatching, but since I have forgotten about them, I have not used them and they have dried up. So they will unfortunately need to be decluttered. Then I do have here like these nail polish swatching sticks. Then I do have here this for repressing. So yeah, random stuff like this. Maybe the place to store this is my vanity drawer, but we'll see if I will store it a little bit nicer or what. Okay, over here I do have this sad little drawer. I do have here my hairband, which is absolutely gross. I have owned it for quite a few years and I will need to try if I can wash it. It will need to be washed by hand. I don't know, I almost want to throw it away and get a new one. But it's not broken or anything, so maybe I will first try to save it by washing it. But if I am not able to wash it clean, which I may not be able to do by hand wash, then I will throw it away and get a new one. But I always do use a hairband when I do my makeup so that the hair does not come to my face. Then this is sad. My two bronzers. I mean, I am happy I have been able to downsize my bronzer collection to be this minimal. I also do have a couple of bronzers in a face palette, but you know, my single bronzers are these and I'm happy with it. But yeah, my bronzers obviously do not need to take an entire drawer like this. Then back here I do have some backups. I don't have a lot of backups, but I do have here some false lashes, a nail polish top coat, an eyeliner and an under eye setting powder. Okay, then in this basket I do have all of my blushes and highlighters and a couple of my cheek palettes. And also, this is so random, I do have here my only eyeshadow gouache because there's really no other place to store it. But as I explained previously, that will be changed. I do want to store this in the same container with my lip products. But yeah, then my blushes and highlighters are here. I do have a couple of face palettes. Now this one, if you have been following me for a longer time, you may have seen this and you may know that I decluttered it like almost 2 years ago, I think it was. And I actually recently found this from our garage. So it has been there for like almost 2 years. I think it was like towards the end of the year in 2020 that I decided to declutter it. I purchased it in 2020 and I was kind of disappointed with it. But then I have not been able to find a new home for this, so I decided to take it back because there's really nothing wrong with it. And by the way, this is the Beauty Bakery Cotton Candy Champagne Blush Lighter palette. So these are beautiful blushes, but they can be really glittery. I don't like to throw makeup away unless it is for hygiene reasons, like I wouldn't give a mascara or a liquid lipstick or something like that for anyone else. Then also if something is really expired or just really used, like an eyeshadow palette with a lot of pan in it, so that is something I would probably just like throw away, but not something like this that is still completely usable. So I took it back. Another face palette that I do have is the Charlotte Tilbury Nude Gasm palette. I bought it for my birthday this year. It's really beautiful. So yeah, these are my cheek products and all of this I do want to store on the top of my vanity when we are going to do the reorganizing part. And then back here, what we have here. Okay, we do have here some makeup sponges. We will need to take one of these. And then I do have here some more random stuff. I do have here like these eyeshadow pan stickers, magnetic ones. And then I do have here, this is meant for tweezers. And then I do have here an empty powder container. I think this one is handy to have because sometimes if I'm really low on a powder, for example, it shatters and I don't bother repressing it, so I can just move it here and use it up. So this is handy to have, but in general nowadays I do prefer pressed powders actually. I do have over here my extra makeup brushes, so the ones that I'm not using at the moment. Actually, there are a couple of face brushes too from Eco Tools. This I almost would want to declutter because I know I'm not using it. It's a foundation brush. I only apply foundation with a sponge, but then again there's really nothing wrong with this brush. It doesn't take too much space here, so maybe I will keep it. And then a couple of eyeshadow brushes. Yeah, so these are brushes that I'm not using at the moment, but for example, if one of my brushes would just fall apart before purchasing a new one, I would see if I have something similar in here. So yeah. Then I do have here my padding notebook. It says find the beauty in every day. I think it was nice for padding. Then I do have here my magnetic palettes. Actually, I do have two. What was I explaining that I have just one? Maybe I was thinking about wanting to declutter this one, but then I wasn't able to fit it all here and to the Tarte palette. But from this palette, one side is actually empty. Over here I do have my round eyeshadow pans. Most of my single eyeshadows are depotted, by the way. And then I do have the square and rectangular ones in here. I miss using my singles. I have not really played with them in a long time, but at the moment I'm so focused with my Panda palettes that unfortunately these have been a little bit neglected, but next year it's going to be a year of Panda eyeshadows for me, so hopefully 10. Hopefully 10 we will get some use out of them. And then the last thing... Okay, I'm sorry, my daughter is in the another room. She's with her father, she's just fine, but you know, it's starting to be a little bit late, so she will need to go to bed soon. Maybe I will go and put her to sleep. So yeah, this is the outer packaging from the Beauty Bakery blush palette, and you know what? It's pretty, but it is quite bulky, and you know, it's really unpractical to store it here, so maybe I will just need to recycle it. I mean, I don't store outer packaging of eyeshadow palettes, so why would I store an outer bulky packaging from a blush palette? But yeah, now this drawer is completely empty. I showed you everything that I do have. So that was all of my makeup. Then I do store at the moment, my nail polish and my perfume in a different place, but those will be moved above my vanity. My vanity will need a deep cleansing, and I think I'm going to do all of that off camera. So I will deep cleanse this vanity, it's kinda nasty, and then I will move it to the other side of the room. Then we will be back for reorganizing my collection. I'm really excited.